Hi Cancer, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of May, as usual, I have a special sales offer available inspired in this beautiful, abundant Taurus season we are on. If you would like to know more details about it, you can read in the description box or you can email me with your questions. And if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So, Cancer. I feel like for the month of May, your energy is really radiating here, this need to find meaning upon situations in life. I feel like there's something about you really needing to tap into a higher source, into your own connection with the divine, to find certain strength, to find certain comfort, to find certain peace amongst changes and challenges, unsettling challenges, unsettling news as well that might be coming your way. For many of you Cancers, there could be a test coming up in May, a test of faith. Something will be testing your faith. Something will be creating in you this fear, or provoking in you certain negative emotions, certain negative reactions. Due to, there's something here about some of you having certain negativity around changes and around events occurring in May due to a lack of deep spiritualism energy here. So the lack of spirituality in your life is creating, or has here a tendency to be creating, immense voids and difficulties in your path to solve situations that with this divine presence you would know instantly how to. There's something about the connection of the divine being here your main tool to access, everything that you want to access in this lifetime. So regardless of what you're struggling the most in May, it's so important that you pray, that you meditate, that you try to reach here an awareness, a strength, again, of source, in something higher than yourself. Regardless of your beliefs, regardless of how you do this, it's so important. And obviously, especially for Cancers that are in the beginning of May, and when you're listening to this video, struggling with something. For many of you, you could be struggling with finances. For some of you, you could be struggling to have the patience here with something that, it feels like it's reaching your limits. For some of you, it's like you can't stand the weight of something any longer. This can be the weight to earn the money that you need, the money that you deserve, to have the opportunities you've worked hard for, to have the respect, to have the friendship, to have the support that you feel obviously in need of and entitled even of. I feel like there's Cancers here that feel like constantly something takes over what's yours, right? So maybe you have worked really hard for something and then you didn't see that work appreciated, and you see someone that did less, much less than you, or has, less skills, being in the position you want to be, for example, professionally speaking. And I feel like there's a constant theme about things that are for you being taken out of you, being taken out of your life, this feeling of things being taken from your rights. For some of you Cancers, you're dealing with this. You're dealing with the fact that there's some of you here that feel like you have the right to certain things that are either being taken explored, exploited, I'm sorry, in ways that doesn't feel right. For some of you in May, what doesn't feel right is, again, a trigger to lead you into spiritual answers, to lead you into, even here, it's helping you here build connection with your higher self. There's something you're missing, a detail, an understanding, a knowledge that it's missing from your conscious daily self. That could be, for many of you, the reason why you then feel like so many things you're doing are not paying out, are not coming to fruition the way you hoped for, the way you believe it would be. For some of you Cancers, there's also this issue of needing to be calm and be still in the middle of chaos. And this is the trouble, or this is the challenge for me, is to remain patient, is to remain, connected with this inner knowing of yours that knows that what's for you will come for you in the right time. It's remaining strong, right, in this faith. For some of you, you have this faith, you have this inner knowing, you have a positive relationship with your with the spiritual side of your life, but still you're a human being, right? So there's times where your patience is really tested, or where there's so many things happening that you start wondering if your faith is right, if your knowledge is right. So there could be two groups of Cancers here, but regardless of you having the faith or not in something, you're crossing, you're moving through challenges that seem to be, making you question certain things, certain truths, certain beliefs, certain certainties, all right? For some of you that are struggling with finances, I do feel like, in due time, and it might not be yet in May, but in due time, you will have justice, all right, delivered into your life, meaning that what is owed to you will come. What you're waiting for is going to come. But you notice that the judgment is here as you move into June. There's still things about, again, there's something about a rebirth. There's something about you coming out of your shell, you coming out of something where you have been hiding, or something where you have been, for some of you is hiding. For others of you is where you have been, resting. And now it's like Spirit is calling you out of your resting places and telling you, look, it's time. It's time to wake up to reality. It's time to wake up to your potential. It's time to wake up to a divine truth. It's time to wake up to the next, version of yourself, and, the next version of your life. And I feel like there's something about what's coming next that has a very different, tone to the experiences you've had so far. So your work will be different. The relationship with work, with finances will be completely different. And I feel like you're going to be finding that you need to be working, all right, and attracting abundance and wealth associated with something that's meaningful to you. So your work has to carry in it meaning. For those of you that already are working in something where you find purpose and meaning, it could just be, again, that you're being called to level up. So take things to a higher level, to a higher degree, because you have mastered or completed a phase in terms of how you have been doing certain things. And I also feel like for other Cancers, this is about a sense of loneliness, a sense of not having the relationships you want, not having the warm, close, interactions with others that is also bothering you. You have been, pretty lonely here. And when I say you have been pretty lonely, it doesn't mean that you haven't had, people around you. Maybe you have friends, maybe you have family, maybe you have a partner even. But there's an internal loneliness, again, that can only be understood and healed and recovered from by connecting with Spirit, Spirituality has the answers for you. And I feel like there's a struggle in specific that some of you, have related to loneliness, that it's a quest for many of you. Like, maybe it's because you don't understand why you feel lonely when you have, so many people around you, or why do you love so much the partner you have and yet you feel lonely with that person, or you just don't feel, I feel like there's a lack of emotional satisfaction that comes from, again, this void, um, this absence of spirit in your life for many of you. For others of you that do have this presence of spirit, I feel like something is tampering with it. It's not allowing it to really, pierce through you and do its magic. It's like something is preventing you from being led by spirit. And I feel like you need to put a lot of your beautiful spirit in the things you do, with the people you relate with. And so when you're not allowed to do that for any given reason, when that is not welcomed, when that is not admired and supported, you hide. There's a tendency here to even be very closed off when the thing you most want is to receive, right? So there's an impression here for some of you Cancers. There's an impression of people that you want them far, that you don't want to be disturbed, that you don't want to be questioned, that you don't want to be invited, that you want something that you truly do want. I feel also like for some of you Cancers, you have been struggling to move on from something, from an emotional chapter in your life that has been, pretty questionable to you, because I feel like for some of you Cancers, you have collected emotional experiences that always left you feeling like incomplete, or like there has been something, that you couldn't access in those emotional experiences, that you don't know why. There has been, again, a collection of experiences in love and friendships and connections of all sorts that feel like they didn't really live up to the full potential that you saw in them initially, or they could only take you to only, it's like, wanting to live a relationship or love at 100% and always feeling like you could only reach 70. And so feeling like that there has to be something more, there has to be something else. But walking away from this 8 of Cups and Hermit energy, for many of you, has been difficult. It has been a journey. And the beautiful thing is that as you move into June, you're coming out of difficulties and struggles to be revived into a next different experience, where love is going to give you not 8 but 9 and 10 cups, the maximum of what you can gather and experience in terms of emotional satisfaction in this life. So I also feel like there might be here apologies coming for some of you Cancers, a long-awaited apology, as I said, a delivery of justice from the universe, after a long wait. Some of you have been waiting for your time to come, to shine, for your time to be free. There has been also here an issue with freedom, not feeling free to pursue the life of your dreams, the relationship of your dreams. Something has been holding you back, and the point of May is for you to become pretty aware of yourself, of the shackles and, the things you're dragging that don't need to be dragged, the hiding places you choose, purposefully to avoid the work. And the work is to tap into, again, this vibration, this frequency that leads you into, so much glory and so much of your I feel like for some of you, so much of your past mistakes, all right, things you consider to be past mistakes, you're going to be looking at a very different perspective to your past when you leap into this new experience, this rebirth. So what you have so far seen as a mistake, you will see the blessing, you will see the meaningful, valuable teaching that it left, and that it led also to this moment in time where you're accessing something great. So whatever struggles you find in May, know that you're about to come into a point in your life where you're going to be profoundly moved and also very awakened to a concept of a reality where things are so different for the better. So I hope you have a great month. I want to thank all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll see each other soon.